Hey! In this short 8-minute video, we are going to discuss how to deal with reluctant customers during a debt negotiation process. After watching this 8-minute video, you will be able to respond to insincerity in collections negotiation, deal with a customer who is reluctant or refusing to pay, and collect the outstanding payments in an efficient manner. Let's get started.
Before we begin, this video is powered by HighRadius, AI-driven autonomous finance solutions for the office of the CFO to transform your order to cash, treasury, and record to report functions.
Give it a try.
Over the next 8 minutes, we will dive into the following topics. What happens when the other side's settlement commitments differ from your final offer? What happens when the customer claims a partner or manager will never agree to your final offer? What happens when the customer says you take the final offer or leave it? Let's start with our first topic.
What if you're offering something and they're offering something that is totally different, and you're giving them the bottom line from your perspective? So what should you do when that happens? Look, we have to have payment. That's a given. We have to have payment within this time frame. And they're coming back and saying, well, no, that time frame is not acceptable to us. So make sure first that you both thoroughly understand one another. And you do this by stating your position, making sure they understand it, ask them to repeat. What is it, your understanding of what I put on the table? Explain it to me. Make sure that you're getting back exactly what you're trying to communicate, and then do the opposite. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. And then you go back and forth. That's a starting point. Make sure you thoroughly understand each other. Because oftentimes, you're in more agreement than not, but you're not communicating well. So do that. And then if the other side is just steadfast, you know what, no matter what you tell me, I hear what you're saying, but I can't agree to what you're offering. Make sure that they know that you're not agreeing to what they're offering, because sometimes they may manipulate you by saying, this is what I'm able to do. I'm able to pay you over the next 90 days. You need it in the next 30 days, for example. But then they go off and they start, well, you know what? I told them we could pay in 90 days, and that's what we're going to do. Make sure that you let the other side know you don't agree with that before they go out and evangelize that concept to the world. And then it can be a much broader problem. So make sure they know exactly where you're at before they leave the room. If the other side doesn't agree with your final offer, because they're saying, you know what, it's my partner. I mean, I could agree, but my partner or my manager, there's no way they're ever going to agree with this. That could be a delaying tactic, saying, okay, I can't agree, and I'm going to leave the room and put this off until a much later time. Recognize that, that could be something they're trying to delay, and or just wiggle out entirely of an agreement, just leave it on the table as long as they can. So what you want to do is, okay, look here, let's just have a tentative or an interim agreement, and you take it back to your partner, you take it back to your manager. It's in draft form, but I need it back by tomorrow night before close of business. So if you've given them that timeline, then they're either going to get an agreement or some other feedback from their partner or their manager or whoever it might be, or they're not, and you have kept the process moving along. Another tactic, and this is one of my personal favorites, is call their bluff. Say, you know what, we've come so far. We've done a pretty good job here of negotiating something that I think works for both of us, and you're not sure whether your manager is going to agree with it. Get her on the phone. Let's talk to her. Let's explain to her where we're at, and let's get her concurrence and move on. And then you're really going to know if they're just trying to delay the proceedings, or if they are making an honest effort to really come to an end with the negotiation. What if the other side says, just take it or leave it? Hey, this is it. This is all I'm going to do, and you either take it or leave it. Maybe they're asking for a rise in their credit line, and you're saying, you know what, to do that, I need to see 3 years of financials. I'm sure I'm going to need a personal guarantee from the owner, or I'm going to need a cross-corporate guarantee from another entity, or something. And they say, you know what, I'm not going to give you any of those things. Take it or leave it. So here's what you should do. The first thing is kind of ignore it. Just keep on talking. In order for us to reach a settlement, we really are going to need these things. Let them know what they're going to lose if they can't get an agreement. Again, what are the negative consequences? Really, we'd love to accommodate you, but without the things I'm asking for, we're not going to be able to do that. And you're not going to get your increase in the credit line. You're not going to have enough of our product to sell this new big order that you've told me you have. Whatever it is, that there are negative consequences. And always, and this goes with any aspect of negotiations, help the other side find a face-saving way of getting to an agreement. You don't want to belittle people. You don't want them to feel embarrassed. If you've caught them in some deception, establish the facts and move on. And hopefully the end game is to get to a suitable agreement that meets both your needs. So what we covered here is specific tactics that you should look for. There's a variety of them that the other side might use to manipulate you, to deceive you, to make you feel stressed, and how you should respond. So we talked about insincerity, false claims, where the customer is just being deliberately deceptive, or whether they're overly aggressive or even threatening in a negotiation, and how you should react. And then how to recognize and react to delaying or evasive tactics.
This video is part of the Highako Academy's Debt Collections Calling Skill Certification Program. This online certification program is designed to help you gain the skills to handle deceptive customers and manage your behavior strategically during collections call negotiations. Earn a digital skill badge and certificate once you complete the certification. Check out the link in the description for more information about the skill certification. If you liked what you learned in this video and want to learn more, subscribe to our channel and leave a thumbs up. Which other credit, collections, or treasury topics would you like us to cover next? Tell us in the comments section below. See you in our next video.